And I think this is time now, and we can show the slides up on the screen
Yeah.
because I
Somewhere in this
gonna
room
read y'all
it'll
the
appear.
story.
Okay.
All right, so story time.
That's
Hey.
it's a black guy.
So this was
Story.
the deepest thing I ever read. Still can't comprehend it. I pinned it on Twitter to come back to it later.
Okay.
So we're gonna show the slides on screen.
All right.
So this comes from. This was posted on a Facebook group today, and it goes as follows. So my wife's salary was a mystery until I discovered how much she is truly worth. In 2016, she told me her salary was, he just put letters and numbers.
Okay.
But it's a six-figure. Well, yeah, he just put letters and numbers. Her salary was GHC 950. And then 2 years later, when she got promoted, I asked her about her salary, and she said, "Oh, these people don't mind them. They added only GHC 350 to my old salary. Because of her meager salary, I've taken up so many responsibilities in the house without complaint. I pay for utilities and pay for food. I pay the fees of our 2 kids, clothe them, take care of their medical bills.
Okay.
When my wife sends me a grocery list, she adds sanitary pads. She buys dresses and clothes, comes to show them to me and asks me to pay for them. She started talking about a car when a second child came in. Things weren't good on my side, so I asked her to give me some time.
Okay.
She said, "I've saved something. I can add it to what you have, so you pay me when your money comes." I agreed and took that money from her, topped it up to get her a car. For 3 months, my heirs never rest. She would wake up at dawn and ask me to pay what I owed her. I got tired and paid the money when I didn't have much in my account. One evening, I turned my laptop on and saw a lot of emails. I checked, and it was my wife's email that had been opened. I asked her, "Did you use my laptop?" She answered, "Yeah, I was checking something." I told her, "Then you didn't log out." She answered, "I forgot. Please log out for me." I was about to log out when something caught my attention. I saw a mail
Whoops.
with the subject January pay slip.
Oh.
I opened and started going through it.
Oh.
When I saw her gross salary, I was shocked. GHC 734, and this girl has been crying poverty. I went through the details. That night I couldn't sleep. I was angry.
Gee.
I felt let down. I felt cheated. I felt played. We've been married for 6 good years, and my wife earned that much without my knowledge. How much she earned didn't bother me a lot than what she was using the money for. I decided not to talk immediately, but rather do a little bit of investigation. All my life I have held the view that it wasn't right for anyone to go through their partner's phone. It's an invasion of privacy, and it breeds mistrust in the relationship. But that night, going through a phone was the only way to find out what I was looking for. I started with her best friend. Nothing much was found. Her family had a WhatsApp group. I read through the messages there. I got a few hints. I went through the chat with her father, and that was when I realized my wife had bought a piece of land and started building.
Wow.
Yikes.
Her father was in charge of the project. He had sent photos of the various stages of the building. At some point, her father said, "Thank you for helping out your brother. He would have been home had it not been for you." She has only one brother, her senior brother. I went to look for the chat between them. Her senior brother lost his job. Her senior brother lost his job and was home doing nothing, so my wife bought her Honda i10 to use for Uber. Wait, hold on. Her senior brother lost his job and was home doing nothing, so my wife bought, I guess, him
Yeah.
a Honda i10 to use for Uber. Every week, her brother rendered an account and they split the money. Wow.
That's crazy.
From all indications, my wife was doing well for herself while she plays for so she could rely on my salary. Why would she do that? I thought I was being a supportive husband so my wife could be proud of the man she married. When we bought land, it was her name and my name that appeared on the land title. That car I bought for her with a loan from her bears her name. I didn't mind. I believe what's hers was also mine. The next morning, she realized I wasn't well. I was boiling on the inside, but looking for a good opportunity to start the conversation. When I calmed down a little, I asked her, "So why would you do that to me?" She asked. Why would you do that to me? She asked. "What have I done?" I answered. "You bought land and you never told me. You started building on it. You never told me. When are you going to tell me?" She was shocked. She asked, "Who told you all that?" I said, "Your father did." She stood quietly for a while. She asked, "Why would my father tell you all of that?" "What were you people talking about?" I said, "I don't know. You can ask him." We left it there. Some minutes later, she came to me with her phone. "My father wants to talk to you." The phone already was on a loudspeaker. His father, well, I don't know why you have all these pronouns and things mixed up.
Yeah.
Her father was clearly angry. He started fumbling. He started apologizing, saying he thought I was aware. My wife stood there motionless, didn't know what to say. When her father hung up, I told her everything I knew, from her salary to the car she bought for her brother. I said, "Yet even your sanitary pad, I bought them. You think I'm a fool? You'll use your money to acquire your own properties and live on mine because you're my wife? I hear, we'll see." Trust was lost. Love was broken. We had to find a new way of living our lives going forward. Her father called me every morning and evening, apologizing for everything, and sometimes taking up the blame so I didn't have to blame his daughter.
Wow.
I told him the emotional state I'm in right now. It would be hard to think straight on thinking. It would be hard to think straight on thinking forgiveness.
Yeah.
Just give me space. 3 days later, they were in our house, the father, the mother, and the senior brother.
No.
They came to apologize. "Don't let this break up the beautiful marriage you both have. If nothing at all, consider the kids and be lenient in your judgment." He asked, almost shouted, "You said I told you my daughter has a building? When did I say that and when?" I asked, "Is it not true that my wife has a building project going on that you're supervising?" He asked me, "I told you that." I asked, "Is it true or not?" After the back and forth, I told them, I read your messages last night. I saw the pictures. I read the various budget you had sent to my wife. I read the confirmation of money receipts that you sent her. You're a man. Would you be happy if your wife does this to you? I listened to them. My position was still the same. I need time to clear my mind. Just leave me alone to think. From last month to this moment that I'm writing this, my wife had changed totally. She doesn't ask for money, but the house is being run smoothly. She has started paying for things she never paid for, but that doesn't move me. She has taught me a very great lesson, and I'm taking it seriously. That in everything, I have to look out for myself and my family first. Last, she told me, "If you want us to change the names on those properties, we can do so." Guess whose name is on the property? Her father's name. I told her, "You don't need to change anything. They are yours. You suffered for them, so you can decide what you want to do with them. The land I bought has our names. I'm selling it and taking back my money. The car she's driving has her name. I put a for sale sticker on it some weeks ago. She agreed she'll pay for the car. I've given her 2 months to pay up, or I'll sell it. I pay up, or I'll sell it and take the money. She's getting the message, and I'm glad. Each one for himself, God for us all. She keeps asking if I'm going to leave her. I keep telling her I won't, but if she wants a divorce, I will gladly give her. I'm not going to leave the marriage. I will give her some time to heal and see what may happen. But when it comes to money, I've taken the lessons she taught me through her actions. The end.
That's crazy, man. That's
React.
There's so many.
Right.
There's so much that goes into that.
There's so much to dissect from that.
You know, I personally believe relationships should be operated on transparency and communication. That's like baseline foundation that you need to build up something solid. I mean, that's just from my experience and my opinion. And that includes, and this is something that should be talked about between the two of you, and that includes having access to the other person's phone, because there's too much. And now when I say that, I mean like not every minute of every day. Oh, I gotta go through your stuff, but it's just that I should be able to like just pick up your phone and use it. If I just need to do like a Google search, and if you're like, oh, I don't want you to use it, that's a huge red flag for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the wife was doing in the story. And if I do ever get that reaction, I in my head it's like, okay, from now on, it's something's going on. We need to just hit reality and find out what we're doing with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first impression from hearing that.
Okay,
So I told you this post was very triggering.
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he put himself. Okay, so I agree with Francois saying you should communicate those things. Are we doing the going through phones? Are we going through social media stuff? Are we doing that? Like, where are we inside life? The bills. Are we going to discuss what we make? Do we have that sort of transparency? I feel like you should discuss all this before y'all in 6 years. Stuff has happened quick. Before y'all 6 years in, probably a couple kids in, these stuff should be established so you could be like, hey, so when it does happen, you're like, this ain't what I signed up for. Because it looked like homie staying inside that what he don't even want to or need to be. He seemed like he hurt.
Yeah, I don't think he could